Yashdol, he's had to marshal his resources today. He's had to bring in the bowling changes. 6 bowlers used thus far. Rian Parag hasn't been brought in to bowl just yet. But I think we may just see him come on. But just finishing off that point, and talked about the experience. Look at some of these players. Sai Sudarshan, what a fantastic IPL he had in 2023. Abhishek Sharma got a couple of half centuries in that IPL. And when you're playing the IPL, you're rubbing shoulders with some of the international stars from other countries and then matching your skill set with them. Yashdol as well. Harshit Rana played, as did Rajvardhan Hangarkekar. So there are lots of young players in that squad who did well in the IPL, and they've been growing in experience. But the 7th bowler now being pressed into the attack by Yashdol.
Economy rate of 4.94 for Rian Parag. He's primarily a batter who can bowl some useful off spin. Of course, he does try to bowl everything. On and off, he bowls leggies and then he bowls the off spin with sidearm. Cheeky stuff this from Tahir.
He got some runs, did Tahir. A half century in the opening game. Didn't get to play all the matches back to back. He's just made up his mind as soon as the ball was being bowled where he wanted to play this.
Right ploy this. As soon as there was a change in bowling, he's decided to call the shots. They're looking to keep the domination going. And that's exactly the right way to go about it. When they've been provided a good start by the openers. And they're sitting pretty here at the halfway mark. They're 170, and then they got to keep that pressure up by being positive, by being dominating.
27 for this partnership. Tahir is 29 years old, remember. So he's no spring chicken, someone who's cutting his teeth for the first time. He's been around on the domestic circuit. And this Pakistan A side does have a smattering of players who've played for the national team as well. So there is that experience that they have.
Both these batters have got runs in the previous game. That means they're confident as well. Nothing like having runs under your belt for a batter. And both these batters have got runs in the semi-final.
While none of the India A players have yet got the senior team call-up yet or been capped. And that's why I talked about the step. Oh, this could be close. They take the single. There was a bit of hesitation, but in the end, the single completed easily. And I'll complete my point as well. That though this India A side comprises uncapped India players in terms of the senior side, but they've shown great maturity. We saw that in the semi-final when they were under the pump. They made a comeback. They need to do that here as well.
Quite a few of them out here are on the way there anyway, the way I see it.
And that's the reason why this team in the emerging team squad. End of the over. They got 4 from it. 174 for 2. Omer Yusuf's on 26 of 28 deliveries. Got a very handy knock of 88 in that semi-final against the Sri Lanka A side, where he got those 88 of 79 deliveries. And an important innings in the context of the semi-final, as Pakistan got 322 on the board. And just talking about him, he's got the responsibility as well. He's the vice captain for the squad. Top run getter, 348 runs in the 2-match first-class series between Zimbabwe and Pakistan Shaheens earlier this year. So he's come good with the bat when it matters the most in the knockout phases of the tournament. This is where the fielders need to back up the bowlers, cut off these singles.
Nick and Joes once again doing a good job there. He's been excellent right through this tournament.
Short, hit in the air. and hit in the gap as well. That'll be 4.
This is a big outfield. The spinners have to realize there's not much of deviation for them from the surface. They got to try and bowl a fuller length here. They can err on the fuller side, but not drag it in short like that, because these Pakistani batters are really good. And anything short, they've been severe and they put it away without any fuss.
Also looking at the way Umair bin Yusuf's batting, wonder if the captain might be tempted to have that deep square leg fielder a little wider towards mid-wicket rather than too square. Down leg.
Yeah, this is the problem. When the bowlers are bowling all over the place, the captain can't do much about it. Another boundary coming. That's because of a ill-directed delivery from Abhishek Sharma. The previous one was really short, and this one full and outside the leg stump. The batter had to get some bat for him to pick up a boundary.
Yes, in fact, to signal runs by the umpire, so there was a hint of bat onto pad. And the ball still had enough pace on it to cross the boundary rope. Suddenly the boundaries have started to come in this over from Abhishek Sharma. He's conceded 2.
Quite a few loose deliveries are bowled by the Indian spinners in this particular game.
That's so much better. If you get hit down the ground, you take that than being hit square. 27 gone, 183 for 2. The final over of the power play went for 16. The first over of the innings went for 13. So you look at those 2 blue lines that just stand out in that Manhattan, highlighting how Pakistan started the power play very well, ended it in quick fashion. This could be a chance here. Has he latched on? Ryan Parag, well, isn't too sure. And I think this may be referred to the third umpire. He's first going to the square leg umpire to check if he can give him a clear idea here. Now it will be the third umpire who will come into play. Neither Lyndon Hannibal nor Buddhi Pradhan being very sure, so Morshid Ali Khan's got to take the call here.
I get the impression that Rian Parag said not out because he would have realized if the fingers were not underneath the ball.
Well, this looks close. And a lot of times it can happen that the fielder's not very sure. What's the take from the third umpire, Morshid Ali Khan here?
It's dipping on him. And he does well. He goes with both the hands. Had it covered, but as he got the fingers underneath the ball, didn't think he thought he had the fingers underneath the ball.
I think that's because of the right hand, which you keep an eye out for his left hand and keep an eye out on the left hand, the fingers of the left hand. Did he get that underneath the ball? Did he get the middle and ring finger of the left hand under the ball?
Really touch and go this.
Now look at it from this angle. Now keep an eye out on the left hand, because maybe the right hand comes onto the ball a little late, but he does get something on the ball with his left fingers.
We will leave to the third umpire, Raman.
Yes, it's definitely a tough call, and we can be thankful we are not sweating over having to make this decision. Well, out it is. Rayan Parag gets the big wicket here. And Rashid Ali Khan, the third umpire, ruling that in favour of the fielding side. That'll be a big wicket. Omer Yusuf will have to go back to the hut.
He's not looking happy at all. Rayan Parag does well here to go low to his right to pick up that catch. It's a good effort this from the bowler. He was completing his follow through and going the other way, and then he had to change direction. Does well. End of Yusuf for 35, and Pakistan here 183 for 3.
A breakthrough for India A, getting rid of Omer Yusuf for 35. A sharp cotton bowled, being affected by Rayan Parag, getting a wicket in just a second over.
India A have got a breakthrough here. Qasim Akram walks out to bat. Average is 35.27. And he's walked out in a very good situation here. Pakistan are 183 for 3. And the pitch is good for batting. Not much of turn.
Got a few runs, Qasim Akram, as well as a 6-wicket haul in one of the matches in the group stages. Straight away plays a big shot. There's a fielder there. Taken by Harshit Rana. Gleefully accepted by the fielder at deep mid-wicket. And 2 wickets go down in successive deliveries.
Akram was quick to latch on to the short delivery, but finds the fielder. The shot was on. It was unfortunate that he found the fielder straight into the fielder at mid-wicket. Just a couple of steps in is all he had to do. And he pouches it safely. Harshit Rana, a good catcher. Makes no mistake at all.
Yes, and Qasim Akram will have to go back to the hut, much to the delight of the Indian fans. He's gone without scoring. 183 for 4 now. There's been no dearth of excitement.